Hello friends, how are you? My name is Yokonika. For my very first fashion video, not counting that tasteless one which I privated, I wanted to talk about finding your style and choosing what to wear to express yourself. Many of us struggle with choosing one aesthetic and aspire to find one true style to wear forever. Of course, this isn't realistic, since we and our tastes change so much over the years. But also, in my opinion, it's completely normal and wonderful for self-expression to have multiple styles and aesthetics you feel drawn to, and to create a wardrobe that covers a wide array of them. That way we can change our style up without spending our money on a completely new wardrobe, which in turn would create a large amount of waste and overconsumption. You might discover that you have certain preferences about silhouette, colors and fabrics. For example, I prefer a cinched waist, mostly wide flowy skirts and puffy sleeves, as well as jewel tones and warm neutrals. I have learned to not buy cold tones or tight pencil skirts or blouses with tight sleeves. Reflect realistically which features you feel comfortable in and which ones you would love to wear on a daily basis. I have been drawn to pinafores for a long time and wanted to show you the versatility of staple items. That's why I will be styling one pinafore from Son de Fleur in 4 different aesthetics and give you tips on how to adapt it to different styles. This video is not sponsored, but this item was gifted and you can use my affiliate link in the description to support this channel. The aesthetics are Hobbitcore, Cottagecore, Dark Academia and Medivalcore. Cottagecore. Cottagecore is an internet aesthetic celebrating a romanticized rural life. Traditionally based on rural English and European life, it was developed throughout the 2010s and was first named Cottagecore on Tumblr in 2018. Since then, it especially evolved during the pandemic to create a sense of escapism during lockdown. It revolves around light flowy dresses and skirts, corsets, flower crowns and straw hats. So I wanted to show you really quick the pinafore I will be styling. It's just a classic pinafore in warm brown, and I love this one so much. I only just recently got it, but I have the pinafores in I think 4 different colors because I love it so much. It's extremely versatile and I wear it all the time. So we're gonna start with the cottagecore look. I only have my petticoat and my bra and my bralette, and I will start with a really basic cottagecore blouse, which I think is actually vintage Austrian folkwear or German folkwear. I really adore it, especially with the embroidery. I think I will leave the little earrings. They are gifted from Selenikast, I think you pronounce it, and this necklace too. Oh my god, this is the problem with filming when your hair just does what it likes to do. Now I will put on the pinafore. This is the pinafore. As you can see, it's gorgeous. Last thing I would add is a massive straw hat. This one is, I think, secondhand from ASOS. This is a very classic, simple look without many accessories. It's extremely easy to put together and I really enjoy it. For me, for everyday wear, I would probably, instead of the straw hat, go for a flower crown, because these straw hats are actually massive. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you like it. Hobbitcore. You may be familiar with the term Hobbitcore, which originated from fantasy, LARP and vintage communities and draws inspiration from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. It revolves around corsets, dirndl vests and dresses, cozy sweaters and blazers, as well as a more masculine style involving pants and cloaks. Mine sounds similar to cottagecore in a way, and it is, but it incorporates darker earth tones and different fabrics such as linen and wool. we will go on with the next look. It's Hobbitcore. It's one of my favorite aesthetics. I wear it all the time, especially because it draws like such inspiration from folkwear and from historical fashion, but also it has this really cozy, whimsical look. I will start with another white blouse, and this one is also a thrifted Austrian blouse. I get overstimulated so easily when I change. That's why filming isn't always the easiest thing for me. We will go for something a little bit different, and I will put this gorgeous, also on the floor, skirt over the top. Use the pinafore as a vest. Okay, and to give it a little bit of a more hobbity feel, I will probably add this apron. It's vintage from an dirndl I bought. It's really pretty. Really gorgeous. I don't mind this jewelry, also with the Hobbit look. These are from Magella accessories, which are a Slovenian brand, as far as I know. I'm gonna just link them down below. This one is gifted on the top. This the flower crown. I like it, especially with the earrings, they match quite well. This is the final Hobbit look. I especially, oh my god, I think this will be probably my favorite. It's gorgeous. I hope you like it. Dark Academia. Dark Academia is an internet aesthetic and subculture concerned with a romanticized version of higher education, the arts and literature. I wanted to quickly mention that the aesthetic has been accused by many critics of Eurocentrism and elitism. There are many video essays and articles about these issues with the aesthetic, and I will link some in the description if you would like to read further into it. The Dark Academia aesthetic draws inspiration from school uniforms, dark earth tones, plaid, and the old money aesthetic. I very rarely dress in this aesthetic, but I really appreciate the look. I will show you with the pinafore that small changes make a very big difference when it comes to styling. This one's a bit different because it's a little bit less whimsical, I would say, and more formal or like serious. I'm gonna start off with this brown blouse, also by On the Floor. And this is the blouse. I wouldn't say that Dark Academia is my favorite aesthetic. It's more of a meh for me, especially because not really connecting to the vibe, because I don't like romanticize higher education that much. I'm currently doing my master thesis in psychology, and for me higher education isn't really romantic at all. The most important step for me for the Dark Academia aesthetic is a vest. So this is it, and I'm gonna put on my blazer real quick. For the last piece, I would just wear it with a beret. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite. It's okay. I don't feel as comfortable in Dark Academia. I don't know why. It's probably because I only see it on like really thin people, and for me it just doesn't really look quite right. Maybe you can give me some tips on how to improve my Dark Academia style. Medivalcore is a form of history bounding, so the act of wearing outfits inspired by historical fashions. Medivalcore emerged. It draws inspiration from a wide array of medieval fashion styles and sometimes Nordic or Viking fashion. It is also sometimes inspired by fantasy, films and video games. It doesn't have to be historically accurate. It mostly incorporates long dresses, medieval style belts, Outlander inspired shawls and leather accessories. I'm gonna start with my chemise this time. It's from Costurero Real. It's really long. I think I'm gonna pin it up then. So we're gonna go with this medieval style belt and skirt hacks. One on this side and one of these. If you don't know how to tie a belt, a ring belt, I will show you. Pull it through and then you just go under and just hold this one, see? And just pull it through the loop and you have the belt. I like these belts a lot because they are so adjustable. And to pull up the skirt, you just take it, pull it through both of them and just pull it through one of them, and that's it. Just pulling it through both of the loops and just through the lower one, and we have this look. Cool. And now we're gonna accessorize. We're gonna use one of my favorite things lately. It's these Viking inspired. They of course are not like the exact style, but they are those brooches which are linked through a chain. Looks good. And next up, for like the colder days, I would advise for a Outlander style shawl. This one is from The Witch's Cabin, which is an Etsy shop. You can either tie it up like this, you can just tie it up normally, or you can take the belt and just loop it through so it's open like this. I would probably wear a flower crown if I had to style it, because I have to put something on my head, else I feel completely naked. I will add these gorgeous earrings. Yeah, look at them. Those sword earrings. I think probably the shawl is a bit too much. Here is the final look. It's also pretty simple. I think especially the skirt hikes and the brooches make it a little bit more medieval or Viking inspired. It's really loosely inspired by it, but I think this is still wearable for every day and it looks really cute. It's also a really cute Ren Fair outfit. This is it. We have styled this gorgeous pinafore, 4 different styles. I especially love the Hobbitcore, and I think this Medivalcore or Viking inspired look with the brooches especially, because they are really gorgeous and add that kind of element to pinafores. I think I will get those big Viking brooches one day too, but they are pretty expensive, so I can't really afford it right now. As you might have noticed throughout the styling process, most of my basic pieces of clothing can be used for a wide array of aesthetics. I have dressed in 50s fashion for a long time, Edwardian inspired outfits, and many more. I would advise you to invest in basic neutral pieces that you feel comfortable in, but also a few outstanding statement pieces that give the whole outfit the aesthetic you love. I can practically wear the same outfit, for example a puffy sleeve blouse and a skirt or pinafore, and change up the hat, vest, corset and belt, which completely changes the aesthetic of the outfit but still feels like yourself. Don't be afraid to mix up styles to create something unique to you. I'll show you a few outfits I created which can't really be classified in one aesthetic. Try out new things, but be careful of overconsumption. Most of my statement pieces are actually thrifted, and when I don't like a piece anymore, when I don't wear it for a long time, I just sell it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, go subscribe, smash the like button and leave a comment down below which aesthetic you would love to try out. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest and more. All the links to my socials are in the description.